Here is what is being said by the vast majority of WNBA fans, the media, and what is actually being perpetuated by the league to cover up the truth. 1. The referees are to blame because they are incompetent and unprofessional. That is false. 2. Inconsistency and excessive physicality are the two primary core issues at the center of the WNBA officiating crisis. In reality, the entire WNBA officiating crisis centers around the league having instructed their game officials to intentionally overlook the vast majority of the rule violations they see in order to make the games more physical. The league has orchestrated the entire issue, and they want us blaming it on the refs and saying it's inconsistency and excessive physicality to distract us from the truth of what they're trying to hide. Kathy Engelbert and the league's stakeholders, the owners, want everyone to believe that 1. WNBA officiating issues are similar to officiating issues in all other leagues and sports. Yeah, that's right. What's happening in the WA, it happens in every league. It's just normal, it's common. It's a bunch of BS. They also want people to believe that the primary issue with the WNBA officiating is inconsistency. You'll hear Kathy Engelbert talk about that a ton. She keeps throwing out inconsistency. Well, inconsistency is certainly a problem, but it is not the primary issue with WNBA officiating. Another myth perpetuated, primarily by fans and somewhat by the league, about WNBA officiating issues is that the referees are to blame, which the league swears they are dealing with and fixing, which is an outright, blatant, obvious lie. They are not fixing it, and everyone can see that. So why do they tell us they are when they aren't? New head of WNBA officiating, Monty McCutcheon, had this to say last January before he took on that new role in July. I think sometimes it's misunderstood that referees make those decisions about the style of play and the interpretations of rules. That's not true. What actually happens is that we have a competition committee for stakeholders, coaches, governors, and general managers. And that competition committee is the committee that dictates the state of the game. Let me just read that a second time. Make sure you heard it right. I think sometimes it's misunderstood that referees make those decisions about the style of play and the interpretations of rules. That's not true. What actually happens is that we have a competition committee for stakeholders, who are the owners, coaches, governors, and general managers, and that competition committee is the committee that dictates the state of the game. Now, there absolutely are a number of rules in the official WNBA rules that do, in fact, lend themselves to interpretation, such as deciding when a foul becomes unnecessary or excessive to upgrade to flagrant. But there are other rules in the WNBA rules that are clear and concise and leave little or no room for interpretation at all. An example of that is legal versus illegal screens. The official WNBA rules have laid out what makes a screen illegal in no uncertain terms. Now, that is a huge problem for the WNBA because abundant video evidence proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that the officials are intentionally and deliberately ignoring the vast majority of times in a game that rule is violated as written. Not because of a broad, loose interpretation of what is written in the official WNBA rules, but because the competition committee has instructed them to ignore them.